Hey guys, so somebody asked me, do I watch other courier channels? And you know what? I don't really. In fact, I don't even know what most of them are. I am so busy driving that when I do have time to get on the internet, I am usually doing stuff I need to do, like paying bills or researching something that I need to research for business or for other things, or answering emails, or stuff that I do when I have little snippets of time, and I don't really spend a lot of time on the internet. So I'm not really scrolling different courier channels or any YouTube channels really, except for the few that I subscribe to that are not courier related. But I did, after somebody asked me this, I did make a point to go and look at some courier channels. I'm familiar with Big D, of course, because he's the one who got me started in the courier business, and we've known each other for 35 plus years. So I am familiar with him, and a couple other ones that I saw that were related to him. I'm not really familiar with them, but I took a look at them because those were ones that he is familiar with. But then I just started searching. I just searched the word courier and then courier driver. And what I found was that a whole lot of video titles are all about make $1,000 a day being a courier, make $900 a day being a courier, make $850 a day being a medical courier. They're all about the money aspect of it. And I honestly would love to make $1,000 a day, wouldn't you? But that's not really been my reality. And I'm more about telling the truth of what I'm doing versus telling a story to try to get views or to try to convince people that it's better than it is. Now, don't get me wrong, some people may be making $1,000 a day, but what's probably true or more true is that they're making $1,000 one day. And what I mean by that is I've had days where I've made a lot of money. I think my top for one day was like $875. So not quite 1,000, but that's a lot for one day. It's more than some people make in a week. But it was a kind of a fluke of a day. I just happened to get some high paying runs that were not the norm. They were not like an everyday thing. They were a one-time thing. I drove over 700 miles that day. So, I mean, my God, I was driving all day long. I better have made some good money. And it didn't happen again. It's never happened again. So, what is more realistic? I think for me, if I make over $1,000 a week, not a day, but a week, I am happy. Now, I usually average between $1,200 and $1,500 a week, and that's working 6 days. When I was working 7 days, I was making $1,400 to $1,700 a week, but I just got to the point where I needed to have that one day off, and yeah, I gave up a couple $100, but for me, my health and my body just said, chill, you need to chill. And so I had to give up that bit of extra money. So I'm working 6 days a week right now, and I'm making what I just said before, what I say, $1,200 to $1,500 a week. And that's good for me. So it also has to do with where you are in the country. I think different markets, different cities have different pay scales because of competition, because of the cost of living, because of a lot of different factors. So if you are out in a really small town where there's just not a lot of courier work, you may not make that much. If you are in a huge city where it's really in demand, especially if it's in demand and they don't have enough people, you're going to make more because they're just going to keep bidding things higher in order to get the job done. So it really depends on a lot of factors. When I got into it, I honestly would have been happy making $500 or $600 a week because I had no expectation of more than that. I didn't really know the industry. And so I went into it and I told the guy when I talked to him, I said, hey, I want to make at least $1,000 a week, but if I have to work up to that, I can. And he got me worked up to that within 6 weeks, maybe. So I guess I wanted to share this because I don't look at other channels, but when I did and looked at all the titles, and I listened to parts of a couple videos, not a lot, I just saw a lot of how much money you can make, how much money you can make. And I think a lot of it's greatly exaggerated. And so I don't want you to go into this with unrealistic expectations. Now, like I said before, sometimes, yeah, you're going to have an amazing day and you're going to make a lot of money. But day in and day out and over time, I don't think it's reasonable to expect that kind of income every day unless you're in a really specialized or you get really lucky in the work that you're doing. All right, that's it for now. I just wanted to share that little honest talk about how much people make. I will see you on the road.